You know what that means? That means it's time for a show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, and we are going to dive into 2 fun-filled hours of the paranormal in the best way that we know how, which sometimes works out just fine, and other times it's a absolute freak of nature. But anyway, we're going to do our best. I am not alone, which is good, because not only because of all of you are here with me, but I'm also joined by my good friend, co-host, the Big Toe himself, Mr. Don Longbeard is here with me.
Hey.
Hey.
Is this thing on? Yeah, this thing's on.
It's on.
Wow. Okay. For some reason, I can't get to the live stream.
Are you not in
backwards? I don't.
That looks like it.
Man, I wish. Well, that's not the live stream, though. That's an old one.
Oh, really?
Here we go. This should work.
Okay.
Hey, I think. Oh, there I am.
There he is.
Don't forget. Close that. So, there we go.
All right.
Hey, all.
Looks like it's official. Don is now here.
Happy Hump Day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
How'd your hump day go down?
It sucked. I had to work.
You had to work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you made it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hope you all are doing great. Had a great hump day and you're on your way to the weekend. Of course, last night, special thanks to Hometown Ghost Stories who had me on with them. Had a great time with the boys.
The
fellas. And we had a great show. I like hanging out with those guys. They were a lot of fun. Great sense of humor. Those guys are hilarious. So, and if you haven't heard them, if you don't know who I'm talking about, then you're missing out. So head over to youtube.com/hometown ghost stories or find their podcast on all the platforms and check them out. You won't be disappointed. And tell them we sent you. The portal sent you.
The portal sent you.
The portal sent you. That's right. Got to share the love. Those guys are working hard and doing a hell of a job. So just great guys, though. We have a lot of fun with them. So anyway, and they are going to make a return visit to the portal. It looks like not this Saturday night, but the following Saturday, they're going to make a return visit. And I forgot to do one thing. I knew he'd remember. But they're going to make a return visit here on the 12th and be part of the portal. So right here on YouTube. So join us on that date, and we'll have the Hometown Ghost Stories here with us. So should be grand. And coming up this Saturday, got a special treat. It's another co-host is going to be joining me.
Oh,
yeah. This is a gentleman that I've gotten to know and become friends with. He's also helping me with the video editing on some of the investigation series. But his name is Jimmy Cipriano, and he's going to be coming on Saturday night with me here on the portal.
Oh.
And I think it's this Saturday. Yeah, I think it was. I asked him about last Saturday. He's like, no, I can't do it, but I can do this Saturday. I'm like, cool. So Jimmy's going to be joining me here on the portal, and you guys will get to meet him. He's a great guy. He's also a stand-up comic and just a fun guy. Really, really good sense of humor and a witty man himself. So he's going to be joining me on Saturday night here, as well as Sheldon on Friday nights. So it's full boat this week for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, dude. Jeez. But we got a lot in the hopper tonight, as always. We're going to be doing the news, because we got to start out with the news. The news is coming up next, and we're going to get into some actually trail cam terror. I got a trail cam terror from you. It's actually coming from Coast to Coast AM.
Really?
But it was one that they posted, and I thought, oh, that's kind of a good one.
There you go.
If you can trust the narrative, that, because I mean, you know what, they can't really vet it over at Coast to Coast.
Salt.
Yeah, exactly. But if what they're saying is accurate with what the setting is for this picture, they might have really caught a wing dinger. But we'll get into that after the news and somewhere in the mix right after the news. And then I got some articles about some UFO stuff we're going to get into.
UFO stuff?
Yes, sir.
That's always fun stuff.
I'm cracking open more UFO stuff on the show here because I got to realizing that, you know, I have had an experience, and I've always been fascinated by the subject, but I've always kind of shied away from it a little bit, just because maybe it's because I'm not the most overly informed person with all of the ideas that are out there, that I find it just an intimidating heap of information.
But yet, when you're an outsider looking into Bigfoot, what do they think? They think the same exact thing.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably true. So we're going to start cracking open more UFO-y stuff. and extraterrestrial contacts and on the show, and we'll see what we can find. So, but we're just trying to just to make it a paranormal omelet all over the place. So,
oh yeah, crack some eggs and make some omelets.
not so heavy on just the cryptid
all
meat.
over the place.
That's right.
Only if it's smoked. A little Tabasco sauce.
Yeah, you can always put it on the grill.
Yep.
But anyway, so that's coming up tonight on tonight's show. Then we're going to hit the cryptid corner and ride it out and see where we end up. So, excuse me, just clearing out still. I'm feeling much better. Thank you again for all the well wishers and stuff. It's not been bad the last several days. Just been real low grade fever, but just sleepy a little bit. So I just didn't have the energy on last Saturday. So I apologize for that late notice, but it was just like, God, I sat here and I went, man, I don't think I can belt out 2 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I understand. The other day I got home from work and I just sat down and I almost instantly fell asleep.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I still got a little bit of the cough, but nothing really big, but
Right.
Jesus, just that, like you said earlier, it feels like you've been beat. And that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I could still get up and move.
You can still bob and weave. That's good. If you're getting beat, you got to be able to move. That makes the beatings more gentle, I guess. If that makes any sense. I don't know.
No, we'll leave that one right there.
Okay. I didn't even think about how else it could be taken. It doesn't surprise me you did. What the hell was I thinking, right? I should have seen that a mile away.
You should have. Yeah, you should have.
It's the low-grade fevers, damn it. All right, so we're going to dive into it now. Let's get to some of the news.
Done news.
And find out just what the hell's going on in the world. Or at least our corner of it. So it's time for the news, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Hey, Don. I heard a good joke last night.
Oh, boy.
And this is, what's a ghost's favorite food?
What is a ghost?
Ice cream. Ice cream. Come on, that was kind of funny, wasn't it?
It was funny.
All right. It was cute.
Yeah.
Just like our normal news jokes. Yeah, that's about all the entertainment you're going to get out of us tonight. Some canned jokes and a few articles. Here's one, Brent. Digger says, okay. What you got, Digger? Boy, it's moving there. It just came in a spurt. If he says it, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay, well, welcome to the news desk, ladies and gentlemen, as we dive into the Paranormal Portal news and find out just what's been going on in our absence.
You know, people don't have to tell jokes to be funny. I'm sorry. People don't have to tell jokes to be funny. All they got to do is just be Rachel. Because she says, it's a spirited joke.
Oh, God. She bounces off of everything like that. She's very witty. Yep, very quick wit. I like it. You are absolutely right, Rachel. Go figure.
Oh, my.
All right, let's get to the news here. Let me get my tab. There we go. This is the one. All right, there we go. I just got so much open always. All right, here we go. The first article on the news tonight.
Do you have to water all those?
No, they just
they just grow by themselves.
Yeah, it's like hydroponics or something.
Hydroponics.
I think it's hydroponics.
We still need water.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just the sweat of my
the sweat of your fingers
of my brow. Yeah,
dripping
waters them all. So here we go. From unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen, please support this site. They are a fantastic site. They do great work, and every visit you give them builds revenue towards them and their vision. So please go visit that site. We're going to go to the first article from unexplained-mysteries.com. And this is, some juvenile T-Rex fossils are a distinct species of small dinosaur.
So they start out as one type of dinosaur and turn into another?
I don't know. Or that maybe they just realized they've been mislabeling smaller ones as not actually T-Rex. There's something else.
That wouldn't surprise me either, because, you flip the hip bones over and all of a sudden it's a T-Rex, not a bird.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Wow. Brown chicken, brown cow. You flip those hip bones and all kinds of magic starts.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I lost control of that one, didn't I?
Thank you. I'm here all night.
Oh,
every
boy.
once in a while I get one or two. That was it for the night. The rest of the night I'll be a brick. But there you go. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I can go full pig too. Don't get it wrong. So, all right, let's see what is going on with these different small dinosaurs. It says it's now believed that some of the fossils once thought to be young T-Rexes are actually adults of a separate species.
Go freaking. Yep, you're right. You were right. Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus rex certainly needs no introduction. This gargantuan carnivorous reptile is widely considered to be one of the fiercest land predators ever to walk the face of the earth.
Ever.
With adults measuring up to 43 feet in length. God, that's a lot of animal.
Yep.
15 feet in height and weighing in as much as 9 tons.
How would you cook all that?
Yeah, hell of a grill.
Dino bones.
There would have been few spectacles as terrifying as a fully grown adult T-Rex charging towards you. Over the years, paleontologists have unearthed a number of fossil T-Rex specimens in varying sizes, with smaller examples typically being thought to be juveniles. Now, though, a fossil belonging to what was thought to be a young T-Rex and had originally been discovered all the way back in 1942 has been reclassified as a separate species altogether.
Wow.
How about that? At the time it was first found, the fossil was assumed to be a new species and named Nanotyrannosaurus lancensis.
Wow.
But in the years that followed, most experts agreed that it was actually a juvenile T-Rex. When Dr. Nick Longrich of the University of Bath and Dr. Evan Salta of the University of Chicago recently decided to reanalyze the fossil, however, they quickly cast this idea back into doubt. By measuring the growth rings on the anatomy of the fossil, it turned out that this particular species had reached around 15% of its size of a T-Rex, even when fully grown. When I saw these results, I was pretty blown away, said Longrich. I didn't expect it to be so conclusive. If they were young T-Rex, they should be growing like crazy, putting on hundreds of kilos a year,
Right.
but we're not seeing that. We tried modeling the data in a lot of different ways, and we kept getting low growth rates, and this is looking like the end of the hypothesis that these animals are young T-Rex. So there you go.
Wow.
There you have it. There's a new Dinosaurus.
So much for the prince.
Yeah, I guess not.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. They got it all sorted though.
Yep. Guess so.
And it's not a T-Rex, but I'm sure it's also a lovely land lizard of some kind.
Right.
There's a lot of teeth and
Just give it feathers and it looks like a chicken.
oh god. Yeah, I don't think that makes them much prettier.
I didn't say that.
As long as they want to tear you up, that's a whole kind of ugly. I don't need to see.
You know, I just finally watched the new 3 Jurassic.
Oh
movies.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, I watched the first 2. I still need to watch Dominion.
yeah. Okay.
So, but those were pretty good. I was pretty.
They're not bad. It's the whole let's tame velociraptors thing. It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
wah, wah, wah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's maybe possible. I don't know, but it just seems like such a long stretch. It's like, come on, Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is this? Blues Clues? What the hell's going on?
Blues Clues. Blues Clues.
Yep. So yeah, there it is. That's the first article, and maybe you're a little more newsed up now, but we got more.
I agree with SoCal Squatcher.
Yeah.
Squatcher says I'm learning that a lot of the old scientists were just plain lazy.
Oh yeah, good point.
That's that might be true too. Yeah.
I think they were just arrogant.
But
pricks.
I think they're hubris. They knew
Yeah.
everything.
Right.
But that's right though, because they looked at the growth rings on it. It's like looking at I guess it's kind
Tree
of like
stump,
looking
yeah.
at a tree.
Yep.
And they say, oh well, this is like 42 years old and it's only 5 foot tall. It's not a juvenile.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
So there
it's
you
not.
go. Wow.
There it is.
Huh.
If we needed more, there were more. That's how it works. All right, we're going to go to the next article on unexplained-mysteries.com. Sorry. House members to attend classified briefing on the subject of UFOs. There you go, folks. Woo! Yep.
Another one.
Yep, that ball is still rolling.
There is no such thing as a UAP.
There's
Well,
nothing.
there is. There has to be. I mean,
There's what is that saying? There's no here,
There's no here.
or something like that. There's no something here. Nothing to see here, basically, is what it is.
Well,
There's no there, or something like that. Yeah. It's the idea that, people are looking, and there's nothing to see. Nothing to see here, folks, because they basically neutered any information that might have come out of there anyway. So, not that I held a lot of faith in that to begin with, but yeah, they're not going to just open the books like, hey, guys, guess what? Yep, they're here. I mean, they already have for that regard. And so, are you good?
Yeah, I was just sending love.
Oh, you're doing the loves. Okay, gotcha. I was rubbing my eyes, and now I'm hearing
Farm.
going on over there, John. Don, what's going on? All right, House members to attend classified briefing on the subject of UFOs. Oh, I got my eyes burning now. Stupid. All right, members of the House Oversight Committee will receive classified information concerning the phenomena. According to reports, the briefing, which will take place next Tuesday at the Office of House Security, will be conducted by Thomas A. Morheim, I guess. Monheim, Inspector General of the United States Intelligence Community.
Oh, that explains it.
Yep, because you put intelligence in it and it becomes important.
Yes.
The move follows a request put forward back in August by a bipartisan group of Oversight Committee members led by Republican Tim Burchett, who wanted to know if the U.S. military was in possession of recovered UFOs or had been working to reverse engineer captured extraterrestrial technology.
No way.
Sadly, though, we won't get to find out exactly what information the group will be given next week's briefing because the whole thing will be classified. Of course it will.
Of course it will.
Of course it will. Classified.
So basically what they're going to do is they're just going to go have a party.
Yeah, they're just going to go
And
sit
then
in
just
there.
say, we had this classified...
Desk full of pizzas and kick back for a couple hours. Or maybe a whole afternoon.
Yeah, well, that's probably
Might have
true,
a coloring contest. You never know.
8 to 5, 9 to 5.
That's punching the clock.
Yep.
The subject of UFOs has been a major point of debate and contention last year when the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, or UAP Disclosure Act of 2023, a bill that would have required every government office to release to the public any and all records concerning unidentified anomalous phenomena and extraterrestrial life or non-human intelligence, was watered down to the point of uselessness following opposition by a small number of House Republicans. Way to go, gentlemen. Jesus. House Republicans also attempting to kill another common sense bipartisan measure passed by the Senate, which I was proud to co-sponsor, to increase transparency around what the government does and does not know about unidentified aerial phenomena, Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said at the time. Unidentified aerial phenomena has generated intense curiosity from many Americans, and the risk for confusion and misinformation is high if the government is not willing to be transparent. Mm-hmm. And even then, you couldn't expect it anything.
No, that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as truth from a politician.
No, exactly. Yeah. What was it, Gallagher? Gallagher, the old comedian, used to smash the watermelons. He's like,
right.
So if pro is the opposite of con, then isn't progress the opposite of Congress?
Yep, that's right.
Thank you.
Really?
It's Gallagher. Come
all
on.
you did was quote Gallagher.
I know, it's a good one, though.
Oh, jeez.
You don't think that Gallagher deserved a rim shot? Come on, dude.
Gallagher does. Not
There you
the
go.
repeating of Gallagher.
Well, I thought I repeated it well.
Sounded just like him.
I sounded just
Phlegmatic
like him.
3000.
There you go. I should have you do the Gallagher lines. You're a little better at it than I am.
Whatever.
So there you go. Don't hold your breath, folks. We're not going to get any information anyway. They're just showing you your hard-working tax dollars.
Yep.
There you go. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Nope, move along.
All right, and we will.
By the way, they're going to have beluga caviar there.
Beluga caviar?
Yep.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Not at all.
No. Not sure what that is. I mean, have you ever had caviar?
Have you ever had fish eggs of any type?
Yeah, I actually
Roe?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had caviar.
I've had roe.
You just haven't had expensive stuff.
Well, yeah, I got the old beer budget champagne taste thing cooking.
Right.
So, all right.
Miller High Life, the champagne
yeah.
of beers.
It's a champagne of beers. All right, one more to go, ladies and gentlemen, from the news desk. And this is, this is good news because They could probably start refueling right here in the studio.
Oh,
Have these liners stop by because according to new science, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. Not only you'll be eating bugs, but you might be pooping in cups because scientists come up with a new type of jet fuel made out of excrement. Boy,
what a pile of poop.
Let's go out and have a picnic, kids.
Hey, why don't they put an outhouse in the Senate room where they're having this secret classified, and they can just get all that.
Yeah, just get it all stock loaded for the refueling.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see what this says. This is from the 2nd of January. And it's the idea of keeping airlines in the sky.
Oh, jeez.
With fuel made from human waste.
It's not the airline we want to keep in the sky. It's the airplane, people. Come on.
That might soon become a reality. These days, scientists are always on the lookout for novel and effective new ways. Novel, yeah. Well, we're just making it now, just putting it into Earth. Reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. And this latest invention certainly qualifies as one of the most unique we've seen to date. It's okay. Well, there it is. Based in Gloucestershire, England, Firefly Green Fuels has discovered a way to turn ordinary human waste. Boy, wouldn't you love to work at that factory?
That'd be a good job.
Here, Don, here's your spoon. Get to work.
Am I supposed to eat all of this?
You can lick the bowls, but don't be eating it all.
I don't want to lick the bowls.
Not only that, but it produces 92% less carbon dioxide than regular jet fuel. Well, we got that going for us.
Yeah, it's already all the carbon dioxide's come out for us.
Yeah,
there's a little methane here.
Don't worry, we'll make more.
Yeah, exactly.
We wanted to find a really low value feedstock that was highly abundant, said CEO. Yeah, your idea of Washington might be a good place to start. There's all kind of that stuff laying around over there. And of course, poo is abundant. To create biofuel, the firm uses a process known as hydrothermal liquefaction, which involves applying a combination of high pressure and heat to convert the waste into bio-crude oil.
Really crude oil.
Oh, God. Next, like their byproduct's going to be like, some kind of fake meat.
Brown slime.
Yeah, exactly. Kerosene can then be extracted from it using fractional distillation.
Wow.
According to the company, it would take the sewage produced by around 10,000. You clicking something?
No, it's
okay. Quit clicking, please.
Oh, goodness.
According to the company, it would take the sewage produced by around 10,000 people to create enough fuel to fly a typical passenger airliner from London to New York.
Oh, that's a lot of.
Well, there's plenty. There's probably that many.
I mean, yeah.
At any given moment.
You could probably just harvest that out of the toilets of your airplanes.
Or just go to San Francisco and run a broom.
Oh, God. Seattle, too, though. You got to say, Seattle, too.
If the sewage is produced in a year by the entire population of the UK, was converted into biofuel, it would cover approximately 5% of the country's aviation fuel requirements.
Is that it?
I guess.
Wow.
That doesn't seem like much.
But then again, the UK is not that big.
No, that's true. They start piping that stuff out of LA and stuff. We'll get some action. Not a lot, certainly, but potentially a step in the right direction. That's pretty exciting, said Highgate. There's a 10% chance or 10% sustainable aviation fuel requirement. That's a legal mandate, and we could meet half of that with poo. Well, God, I wish I would have skipped this one completely. This is one of those articles. I mean, it's. I guess it's good. You know, like, what do you do with poo? Well, it makes great fertilizer too, folks. I mean, let's just put it out there.
Chucky's got it right. Dookie Diesel.
Yeah, we got a clever chat. We got a clever kind of chat. There you go, folks. I don't know about you, but I definitely didn't know that before today, and I feel kind of disgusted by knowing it now. To be honest with you.
Naysay! Hi, Naysay. Give him the clap.
Go ahead. Yellow button.
Yellow button. And one more for Lucky Gypsy.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
So there you go. Now you just need a shot in the butt.
What?
Shot in the butt.
What does that mean? All right, that's all. That's it for the news. Sorry, I missed all of that. Sorry. Well, let's get back to the rest of the show. I didn't not see that coming.
That's a good question. SoCal says now we gotta wonder what this UFOs are running off. Cal Aces.
Right. They just, they pour the anus.
Tape holiday.
They might be producing that stuff up there. Artificial cow.
It was reverse engineered.
Yeah. That might be reverse engineered. You're right.
And it's ketchup it's tomato trying to catch up.
Oh, whoa.
Anyhow. Naysay's here. Hi, Naysay.
Hey, Naysay, good to see you, brother. There you got it, folks. That's the news. And honestly, I didn't know even part of that was coming up. So
there you go.
And I pull the articles, believe it or not. But I don't pre-read them. So everything I'm showing you guys on the show, I'm getting at the same time you are. And I'm equally disgusted with most of it. So that's all I can tell you. But we have a lot more to get to tonight, as always. But I think the next thing we're going to hit is a segment we don't get to hit too often because we don't see these too often. We did a whole bunch of them for a long time. Do you hear that in your headphones?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. I must have a loose connection somewhere.
Loose screws, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to make sounds in the recording. But you heard that? Yeah. That's crazy. But what the hell was that? Oh, yeah, the segment. Here it goes. We're going to hit it now, folks.
Oh, yeah. Roar.
You make that suck. All right. Welcome to the Trail Camp Terror, folks.
Roar.
All right. We are going to visit a trail cam capture that came out of, I think this is hunters in New York.
New York.
And the source for this article is Coast to Coast AM, the website. And this is a trail cam photo that came out. This article was from March 23rd, 2023, but I've not seen this one. So this one snuck under my radar.
Dun, dun.
But it is kind of interesting. And it's trail cams on this gentleman's property he has out. And he lets some of his friends hunt the property. And pretty amazing. Is that another one from Naysay?
Yep.
Naysay, just making it beautiful in here. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is a capture apparently of a couple gentlemen who went out to hunt this property of their friends. And again, on his property, the gentleman has lots of trail cams out there because he's tracking the movement of deer and stuff. Where are they? Where are they not? That kind of thing for hunters. And they capture this image.
Ooh.
And there's the image right here. Now, these two gentlemen in the front, those are the guys that are supposed to be there. This guy,
What?
not so much.
So it's not a cryptid thing. It's a spooky thing.
Yeah, it's a ghosty thing.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they were being actually shadowed by a hunter.
Shadowed.
They're being shadowed by a hunter. I mean, it's even got a firearm.
Shadowed by a ghost.
Yeah. I mean, this ghost is
Wow.
armed.
That's one. I don't know how you could miss that. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
He's certainly dressed different. And I imagine these are, blaze oranges or whatever that show up so bright
Right.
in the IR lights. But you can see he's not wearing it. So,
That's
yeah.
incredible. You can see his stride and everything.
Yeah. You can see his hands are down here, his head. A little funny look to him, but he's kind of translucent. There's a close-up on this, but let me read this.
Yeah.
This is by, the photo I think belongs to Bob Grandal, and that's the name under there on the image itself. And again, this comes from Coast to Coast AM. But this is an article by Tim Binnall. An eerie photograph from a trail camera in New York State shows what appears to be a ghostly figure following a pair of hunters. Shared with Coast to Coast AM by Jesse Grandal. Okay, so that must be Bob's daughter or son, whatever. A relative of some kind, yep. The chilling image was captured in December of 21 as her husband, Bob, it's his wife, and their daughter were out hunting on their property in the community of Savona. Oh, okay, so this is the father-daughter. Okay, got it. It says, this unsettling photo went unnoticed until last week when he was going through his trail cam pictures from the past few years and noticed the spooky translucent figure enlarged behind them. And here's the close-up of the figure. And it really is quite a capture. I mean, this guy was not a part of the party.
It was not invited.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least showing good gun safety, carrying with the barrel down and all that. But yeah, I wonder what he was on. Looks like he was maybe a buffet hunter, but
Buffet hunter.
I bagged my limit at the Chinese place.
Video 4 hour.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So, there is a backstory in it. I don't want to read the whole thing because it's really a lot more. But what they did, it said he made me look at it and asked him who it was with them because I don't remember there being anyone hunting with them. And Jesse recalls, and he said to me, no one. They were both freaked out by it. Intriguingly, Jessie tells us her husband subsequently shared the photos on social media, and a friend's father seemingly recognized the individual as a man named Paul who used to live in our house, and he hunted those same woods.
Huh.
He moved out of our place in either late 2003 or early 2004, and he died a couple years later. We never met the man, so we don't know what he looked like. And there you go. So it's the former owner still comes back to hunt his property. That was a big part of his life, I guess.
So, yeah.
So he was kind of maybe a kind of a saint looking over the hunters or whatever, but that's pretty cool. That's a great capture. And once you do see the bigger size, you can see that there is a translucence to this.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure can.
and it's certainly a dark dress for, being out hunting. But yeah, there you go, folks. This is our latest trail cam terror.
Wow.
I'm going to put a link to this in the chats. You guys can check it out yourself if you want to read more of the article or check into this more. But yeah, I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one. So it's been shared out there for you guys.
So Rachel says, looks like a third man event. There are stories about this, usually in emergencies, mountain climbing, or serious accidents, but it looks like this might be something else. Third man events is like
That's a cool
like
name
a
for
guardian
it.
angel, something
Yep,
like
someone
that.
showing up that wasn't there to help out. Yeah, I've heard a bunch of those third man stories. I didn't know that. That wording though. I like that.
Would the butterfly people in Louisiana be considered a third?
No, I think there was something different though.
You think something? Well,
Yeah, they actually acted as barriers against the storm to protect people.
Good point, yeah.
But yeah, these third man events would be like human beings that are there and physically seem there, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and people are like, "Where'd that guy go? Where'd that medic go? Or where did that nurse go?
Yeah.
That was right here." And
Yeah.
So those are the third man events. Very interesting stuff, but yeah, very cool. I think it's a great capture. So whatever you believe is up to you, but there you have it, folks.
Well, there's a good debate for the chat. So Rachel said that about third man events, and Misfire Jack says, "I thought third man events were purely psychological."
Oh,
Who's to say?
well, that's interesting. But yeah, I guess a great discussion. Could be shaped around that, but I'm going to close this out for now.
Ooh,
Here we go.
ooh, spooky. Rawr. Rawr.
It doesn't sound any better no matter how many times you do that. It just sounds terrible. All right, so that was new. It's an old new segment, but it's nice when we can have those. And if you find any trail cam images that you'd like to have featured on the shows, please send them over to me. I'd love to check them out and put them in there. Yeah, the hunters never saw the third man.
Yeah,
That's true. It was only captured on the trail cam. Yep. Someone zoom in on that guy's face. I can't because I did give you guys a link. I'd have to pull it out and then open it in a video editor or a image editor to do that, like Photoshop, and I can't do it on the fly. So you got the source. Go ahead and yeah, dig into it, guys. Tell me what you think. I'd like to know if you guys nail anything down. A little late to the party, but hello. Well, hello, Neil. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Good to have you here. You're welcome anytime you show up. That's just fine. All right. So that was the Trail Cam Terrors. I feel good about that.
That was good. Yeah, I
Yep.
like that picture. That's great.
What was this one?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know what. Oh, this is yeah. This is kind of about Hollow Earth. This is one that I did pull up for tonight. I thought this might be kind of interesting.
Yep, it's always interesting to me.
So, another thing we haven't touched much on this show is
Hollow Moon.
This is Hollow Moon?
No.
This is
I'm
Hollow
just
Earth.
saying. That's
Oh. Well, that one we haven't touched
general.
too much other than the resonating after they dropped the
twice. They did it
refuelers.
twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
After they did that and found that it gonged. That was unusual, but this actually seems to suggest some merit to the idea that there's a hollow Earth. And I don't know if it's. I think Scotty Lopez from the Kev Baker Show might have said it best. He called it the cavernous Earth.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably a more accurate description of what's going on in these situations. I don't think there's a great big hole in the center of it all, and there's a whole other ecosystem in there, but there's something underneath.
I don't know if you listen to what Brooks Agnew was talking about the manta rays and the ocean.
Oh,
beneath
sure.
the ocean and
Yeah, but these caverns could be huge. They could be continent size. I mean, we don't know how deep and how far, and and the idea that if you go deep enough, the gravity would reverse,
right,
and you'd be held to the underside,
right,
rather than So I mean, there's merit for the hollow Earth or even cavernous Earth, but in any regard, there does seem to be something a lot more going on beneath the surface than we think, and that's something we don't cover much on the shows either. Sorry, just had to clear it out. But this is an article from a site called Curiosmos. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the best version of it I can get out of my mouth. Curiosmos? Does that sound right?
Sure.
All right, so it's Curiosmos. And this, I don't know where's the dates. It's from 2019, and this is by Ivan Petricevic.
Of course it is.
Petricevic. And we've covered some of Ivan's articles in the past. He does a great job. I mean, he's obviously from the Russian area or somewhere over in the Slavic countries. But he does a really fine job. But here's the article, and Curiosmos. Scientists find massive mountains and smooth plains 660 kilometers below the surface.
Wow.
That's a long way.
That's a long way.
That might be deeper than Mel's hole. Might be. Mel had a big hole, Don.
Oh, boy.
Geophysicists from Princeton University and the U.S. and Chinese Academy of Sciences use data from that massive earthquake. I guess they're talking about the Japanese one, to reveal the topography of our planet's interior. Scientists found mountains and smooth plains on a boundary layer deep within the Earth's mantle. Jules Verne, the father of science fiction, once imagined an entire world located beneath the one we live on. He envisioned a world unlike anything we've ever seen, complete with prehistoric species and never before seen plant life. Verne has been the second most translated author in the world since 1979, ranking between Agatha Christie and William Shakespeare. Now researchers studying seismic waves have discovered that Verne would have been proud of. Scientists have recently revealed they've discovered mind-bending features deep inside of our planet that resemble structures located on the surface. Scientists say there are mountains deep below, rivaling anything up on here on the Earth's surface. In June 1994, a powerful 8.2 magnitude earthquake rocked Bolivia. The tremor was really strong, and experts revealed at the time that nothing this powerful had been seen in decades, with shocks being felt as far away as Canada. Geophysicists from Princeton University and the U.S. and Chinese Academy of Scientists used data from that massive earthquake to reveal the topography of our planet's interior. Earthquakes this big don't come along very often, explained geoscientist Jessica Irving. We're lucky now that we have so many more seismometers. Seismometers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's all in the enunciation. Than we did even 20 years ago. Seismology is a different field than it was 20 years ago between instruments and computational resources, as explained by Princeton seismologists and data scientists, with the help of powerful computers, including Princeton's Tiger supercomputer cluster.
Wow.
That sounds impressive. Tiger, even. Experts could simulate the complicated behavior of scattering waves in the deep earth. Sorry. The technology depends on a fundamental property of waves, their ability to bend and bounce, just as light waves can bounce and reflect off a mirror or refract when passing through a prism. Earthquake waves travel straight through homogeneous rocks but reflect or refract when they encounter any boundary or roughness. We know that almost all objects have surface roughness and therefore scatter light, said Wu, the lead author of the new paper, who just completed his geosciences PhD and is now a postdoctoral researcher at the California Institute of Technology. That's why we can see these objects. These scattered waves carry the information about the surface roughness. In the study, we investigated scattering seismic waves traveling inside of the Earth to constrain the roughness of the Earth's 660-kilometer boundary. The researchers were surprised by how rough the boundary is, rougher than the surface layer we live on.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. In other words, the stronger topography than the Rocky Mountains or the Appalachians is present at the 660-kilometer boundary, said Wu. Their statistical model didn't allow for precise height determinations, but there's a chance that these mountains are bigger than anything on the surface, and the roughness wasn't equally distributed either. Just as the crust surface has smooth ocean floors and massive mountains, the 660-kilometer boundary has rough areas and smooth patches. The researchers also examined a layer of 410 kilometers, 255 miles down, at the top of the mid-mantle transition zone. They did find another similar roughness. They find that the Earth's deep layers are just as complicated as what we observe at the surface, said seismologist Christine Hauser, an assistant professor at the Tokyo Institute of Technology, who was not involved in this research. To find 2-mile, 1 to 3 kilometer elevation changes on a boundary that is over 400 miles deep using waves that travel through the entire Earth and back is an inspiring feat. Their findings suggest that as earthquakes occur and seismic encounters or instruments became more sophisticated and expand into new areas, we will continue to detect new small-scale signals that reveal the Earth's layer new properties. Wow. Well, here's what it means. It's nice of them to sum it all up for us.
Yep. Give us the summation.
Sum it all up for us. Well, let's see what it means. The presence of roughness on the 660-kilometer boundary has significant implications for understanding how our planet formed and continues to function. That layer divides the mantle, which makes up about 84% of the Earth's volume, into its upper and lower sections. For years, geoscientists have debated just how important that boundary is. In particular, that they have investigated how heat travels through the mantle, whether hot rocks are carried smoothly from the Earth, from the core mantle boundary, almost 2,000 miles down, all the way up to the top of the mantle, or whether that transfer is interrupted at this layer. Some geochemical and mineralogical evidence suggests that the upper and lower mantle are chemically different, supporting the idea that the two sections don't mix thermally or physically. Other observations suggest no chemical difference between the upper and lower mantles, leading some to argue that for what's called a well-mixed mantle, with both the upper and lower mantle participating in the same heat transfer cycle. Our findings provide insight into the question, explained Wu. It says their data suggests that both groups might be equally right. The smoother areas of the 660-kilometer boundary could result from more thorough vertical mixing, while the rougher mountainous areas may have formed where the upper and lower mantle don't mix as well. I wonder if that has to do with equatorial, with the equator, with the spinning of the Earth.
Right.
Would that force more stuff to mix along the equatorial boundary rather than a polar boundaries?
Kind of like a wash machine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you get all the actions at the edge. All right. Beside the roughness, the researchers found which existed at large, moderate, and small scales could theoretically be used by heat anomalies or chemical heterogeneities, but because of how the heat is transported within the mantle. Wu explained that any small-scale thermal anomaly would be smoothed out within a few million years because of how heat is transported within the mantle, and that leaves only chemical differences to explain the small-scale roughness that they found. What could cause significant chemical differences? The introduction of rocks that used to belong to the crust now rest quietly in the mantle. Scientists have long debated the fate of seafloor slabs that get pushed into the mantle at subduction zones. Sure, with tectonics, yeah. one plate going over the top of another one, pushing it down. The collision's happening all around the Pacific Ocean and elsewhere. Wu and Irving suggest that these slabs remnants may now just be above or below the 660 kilometer boundary. It's easy to assume, given we can only detect seismic waves through the Earth at its current state, that seismologists can't help understand the Earth's interior has changed over the past 4.5 billion years. Hey, I'll hit that
Human.
like button. Human.
Human.
We're only human.
Yeah. Wow.
What's exciting about these results is that they give us new information to understand the fate of ancient tectonic plates, which have descended into the mantle and where the ancient mantle material might still reside.
Huh.
She added, seismology is most exciting when it lets us better understand our planet's interior in both space and time.
Well, definitely.
Oof, that sounded almost sexy.
Oh.
I don't know what to do with all that information. I'm telling you what. Now, it's really not dealing with the whole hollow Earth idea, but it does speak of
Well, it intimates that there are caverns or
Right.
mountains down there, so there's got to be room to move.
Right, yeah.
So
There's
I think
pockets.
cavernous Earth makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hollow Earth.
Right.
Well, actually, I kind of go back and forth on that one.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, but it perplexes me a lot because there certainly seems to be merits to the idea that there's space in there somewhere, and there's things possibly going on there.
Right.
Yeah, could you imagine if you came into a cavern like that? You know what I mean? They just discovered those caverns in, what was it, Vietnam or China, that had never been seen in modern age.
Oh.
And they were like hundreds of years since anybody stumbled on them. And they actually had very unique ecosystems in them where there were some plants that didn't exist anywhere else
Right.
were existing in those zones.
No surprise there.
Yeah, exactly. The Earth is a strange and marvelous place.
True,
folks.
and if you think you know it all,
Yep, exactly.
you're a strange thing yourself.
Well, I am a strange thing, Don.
That is true.
Oh,
But I am a stranger thing.
you are, absolutely. So, just something new and different, talking about some anomalies, even within the Earth we live upon.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I'd really love to get Mike Barra. Mike Barra.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Love to get him on so he could talk all about hollow moon.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because, gosh dang, the thing I'm kind of on a kick about that because I just watched a thing on Prime or Freevee or something, whatever it was,
Sure.
about the moon and the hollowness and how it got moved and how the different theories and
Sure.
it's just there are so many cultures around the world that have a time before the moon,
Oh, sure.
and
Yep.
so it just adds to that.
Yep.
So anyhow,
It is interesting. It's not a.
what else is interesting is the backside of the moon. The crest of the backside of the moon is actually thicker than the crest on the front side of the moon. The front side being the ones we see.
Oh, really?
Because
Oh.
and it's a totally different landscape as well.
Oh, okay.
So you look up at the moon and you see what could be like what they call the seas, the flat parts, and then you see
Yep.
the mountains and the craters. But if you look at the backside, it's nothing but craters.
Oh.
There's no flat there.
Well, that makes sense though. That's probably the side that's blocking most of the crap from hitting Earth.
True
you know?
enough, but they also say that part of it is that when they were moving the moon, that was the side that faced forward the entire time. That is the side that we look at.
Oh.
So it's been moved. That regolith has been moved, and
Okay.
it's been. But yeah, anyhow.
So SoCal Squatcher saying it rang like a bell for hours, right? Yeah, the second test did.
Yeah, the second one did. The first one, I think it was Apollo 12 that dropped the first one, and they said it reverberated for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep.
And then the second one, the next time, it rang for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yep.
So yeah,
Like a bell.
like a bell.
Like a
Well,
bell.
that was actually was that Armstrong? That was one of the first ones. That was Armstrong that said that it rang like a bell.
Oh,
That's
really?
where that whole argument comes from.
Oh.
It didn't ring because there's no
Right, no
there's
sound.
no sound. Well, there is actually, but not much. But because he said that, people say, well, it rang like a bell. No, it reverberated.
Right.
But it didn't
It
ring.
resonated.
It resonated, yes.
Yep. Very interesting.
There you go. So anyhow.
Well,
semantics.
It's all semantics for sure. All right. We are going to dive into another article here. And this is from apparently a former space security chief. Reveals aliens are real, but mankind is not ready to meet them. I think they're meeting people anyway, Don.
You think so?
I don't think they're waiting.
No.
They seem to be bumping into people all over the place. But this article is also from
I've met. Yeah.
This article is also from Curiosmos. And again, it's the same author, Vladislav. Oh, this is a different one, Chekharov.
Oh, there you go.
So this one is from 2020, December 9th. And it's a 2-minute read. Let's see what I can do. I don't think it'll be 2 minutes, though. I'm not a speed reader. All right. So we're going to go to this article now and see what it's talking about. Former space security chief reveals aliens are real, but mankind not ready to meet them.
Duh.
Yeah. Haim Ashed, a former head of Israel's space security program, revealed that aliens are real and have been in cooperation with mankind for different purposes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like we've been saying all along.
No.
Have you ever wondered how exactly you'd feel if or react to the sight of aliens? Or if, for example, one day the governments reveal their existence, or if we actually find life forms or actually develop species in space.
Species in space. You got a phone call.
Oh, we do? Okay. Oh, that's Nase.
Yeah, it's Nase.
Why don't we get to that first, just because
Yeah.
I just started reading this, and it's going to be 2 minutes. All right, Nase, you made it under the wire. Is this you, Nase?
Hello, my brothers from the same Mother Earth, long-time listener, first-time caller. Today, I'd really love to get into the equation of the thermal heat dynamic exchange between me and Donnie Longbeard, but I'm upset with him because I did not get the Christmas card of him in the thong and the Santa beard.
Yeah, well, that's never going to happen, my brother.
But you look so adorable in it.
How can you tell?
But, oh, I can feel you, brother.
I can read you like Braille.
Right? But one thing I wanted to bring up, well, you did mention Scotty Lopez, my brother.
Right.
Anniversary of our captain going on that new adventure. But interesting enough, in the horror movie Meg and Meg 2, they actually revealed something that you don't hear a lot of people talking about, that because of the density as you go deeper in the ocean, that they thought through sonar that it was bouncing off the bottom of the ocean. But because of the density and because there was a thermal change of water pressure and temperature,
right,
that it was almost like a firmament, where now with submersibles, they've gone deeper than what was expected in some of these speculated ocean depths. Mm-hmm. And so now they're going even deeper, and they're finding phantasmagorical creatures, like brand new ones that they never even pondered existed.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Sure.
So I thought that was pretty cool when you were talking about the depths of the ocean, and to imagine that going so deep. I think it was something like over 30 meters. It was more than that, that they hit a pocket of fresh water.
Oh, wow.
That was at an extreme temperature.
Right.
This is real, or this is just a movie?
No, this is real.
Oh, okay.
But I found it, sometimes entertainment, they'll give you a little smidgen of truth in them, and they use it to help the bases, the dramatization within their horror movies and stuff. And there's speculation that some of these deep depth creatures that they found, like the giant squid, every now and then something washes up on shore.
Yep.
But then they're also they're hypothesizing that these major, like the Megalodon, I think it's called.
Yep.
Yeah, that they live in these depths.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know they found
release the Kraken.
Yeah, they found some great whites with some pretty enormous bite marks out of them.
Right.
You know, and which seems to be possible that's from a previously unknown.
There's always something bigger.
Yeah. There's some unknown predators way deep down there that they might be bumping into. Scary stuff.
Yep. Remember when it was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn?
Oh, yeah.
They had to go through the Earth's core.
Right. The core. Yep. Absolutely. I remember.
All right. Well, I love you both dearly, and thank you for the opportunity to share. Sorry, Donnie, that you were only worth $1.99 this year.
All right. Okay, fine.
Send me that photo, brother. You'll get more.
Woo! Woo woo! Make it rain. All right.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Share the giggles.
All right, Naysay. Thank you, bud.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
That was Naysay. Okay. So I'm going to continue on this article now with this Israeli former ex-space security chief. It says, well, according to an Israeli ex-space security chief, aliens are more than fiction, and the state of Israel has been in contact in the past. Why it has remained such a state secret? I'm not sure you'd guess the answer, as it has been said countless times in the past. Mankind is not ready for this knowledge. This information and all I will discuss below come from an interview with Haim Ashed, the former head of the space security program in Israel. Excuse me. Ashed, who served for almost 3 decades and received numerous state honors, is now 87 and has decided to reveal some of his secrets. Real aliens, he agreed to do the interview with Yediot Ahronot. Ahronot. And spoke about his previous experience and some unexpected state secrets. According to him, real aliens not only exist, but have their own galactic federation. He claims that both Israel and the U.S. have been in contact with extraterrestrials for a long time and have certain agreements with them. According to Ashed, real aliens are in cooperation with mankind and have reached certain agreements. For example, Mars will play a major role as a ground for this cooperation. It said Ashed mentioned that the future creation of an underground base on Mars, which will house both human and real aliens. He also mentioned that the U.S. President Donald Trump, Ashed claims that Trump is part of the entire plan and is even on the verge of revealing the truth publicly. Wow. However, he was stopped and convinced that mankind is not ready to know that there are real aliens. Of course, such an interview cannot end without the obvious question: why reveal this information now? What Ashed explained was that this was the correct time to do it, and that he had been waiting for it. He gave an example of how much he is respected in the community. If he had revealed all this information about the real aliens years ago, nobody would have believed him, and he would have been sent to the hospital. Yeah, that's probably true. But now, when he's 87 years old, has numerous awards and recognitions in the respect of the academic community, he can reveal this without worrying. And in truth, I believe we have seen such occasions in the past as well. Former NASA or Area 51 personnel revealing stories about UFOs and aliens long after retiring, but not during their active years. Haim Ashed also has a new book that reveals much more than he mentioned in the interview, and it's called The Universe Beyond the Horizon, Conversations with Professor Haim Ashed, and in it, he described previous dealings with real aliens in detail. That'd be an interesting read.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no official evidence or statement to support or reject Ashed's claims, and honestly, I do not expect that either the U.S. or Israeli government would confirm anything at this point.
You think?
Yeah, no, not in 2019 anyway. Yep. So there you go.
Wow.
It's interesting though. I have no doubt we have interacted on some level with these intelligences.
I have no doubt either.
Yeah, but I don't know to what degree, but I just think that there's so much really big unknowns from the the ancient world, quote unquote ancient world, that don't measure up to, these brass age or bronze age cultures,
right?
Creating these incredible monoliths and megalithic structures.
Well, doggone it, there's another thing I just watched about Lemur and Atlantis.
Okay.
And how some believe that the Anunnaki came down, they inhabited those particular places, and they were scattered when their particular apocalypse happened, the sinking of Atlantis and blah blah blah, and that they created those scattered pieces of the Atlantis community, created the different races of the world came out of those. So, and of course, the ancient Sumerians are supposed to be, descendants of the Anunnaki and
sure.
or even possibly Anunnaki themselves. So yeah, I think there's just too much anecdotal evidence to say that there's no way that could have ever happened.
Yeah, I would think it's.
I think we've been talking with extraterrestrials for forever.
Forever.
The big famous one would be, the Greada Treaty in 1951, 52, 53, whenever that happened, right in there.
Sure.
With Eisenhower, and it's just incredible how people just think that it's not possible that there are other people's coming to the earth,
right?
Much less there being other peoples out there,
right?
So yeah, I just think it's ridiculous.
It is pretty crazy stuff, whatever it is. Wow. Well, there you have it, folks. Those are a couple articles dealing with a little bit of Hollow Earth, a little bit of aliens are here, and we'll be getting into more of that stuff in the future. So if you like that, love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoy that and like to hear more, leave me a message in the comments. That goes a long way, even though I'm way behind on messages right now. I'm catching up as fast as I can.
They are so. Speaking of messages, real quick, I just want to say thank you to everybody who posted on my page about my birthday.
Aww.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy
thank
birthday.
you much.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah. And so, just thank you. And Miss Sarah Bignell, I missed a message from her about Christmas, but thank you, Sarah. It's always nice to hear from you, and I hope your holidays were great as well. There you go. And then, like I said, I appreciate you all.
We do. And yeah, you got, I thought I wished you happy birthday last time. On the show.
You may have.
I might have. I don't know. If I missed it. Sorry.
Well, in that case, dear Brent, thank you for acknowledging.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's
my natal day.
Your natal day. Absolutely. You made it around the sun one more time, Don.
I don't know. Was it worth it?
Yeah. You're a track star.
Well, yeah. I should be thin then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Amen to that. All right. So now next up, we're just gonna polish off the last of this thought catalog article we've been going through. And this is where parents describe their kids' creepy imaginary friends that are probably actually real.
Oh, and that makes it even scarier.
Yeah, there's just a few of these left, I think. So we'll get through these. It says
the evil is coming.
The evil is coming.
I
think I read that one last time, but I'll read it again. This is number 23. The evil is coming. This is Thought Catalog, ladies and gentlemen. When my older daughter was 2 or 3, she used to have a couple of imaginary friends, Dodo and Dee Dee. Wow. And they were typical imaginary friends, and she would talk to them and play with them and tell me about their lives. Then one day, when she was about 3, she was talking on her play phone. When I walked into the room, she hung up her phone and said to me with complete flat voice and deadpan expression, "The evil's coming."
Were her thumbs twitching by any chance?
Yeah, I don't know. Mine would be. Mine would be. Yep, there you go. That's kind of creepy. You don't expect that from your kids.
Nope.
It looks like that was it.
Oh, is that the last one?
That was the last one. Okay. Well, there you go. That makes it real easy to clean that one up. I can close it.
So are you actually going to close it, or are you just going to let it tab on?
I'm just going to look at these quick. Make sure I'm not missing something.
Well, what's going to happen is you're going to click on one of those links, and that link right there is going to live in that farm, right there.
Nah, they're all the same. Thought catalog articles, all of them. So this was the one that we already had read. So I think we're in good shape to start with some cryptids because we're in the second hour here.
There you go.
And the time has been absolutely cruising by. Can you believe it goes so fast, Don?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yes, it does go fast. Or
Yes.
All yes.
All yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I can't believe it. It just feels like I blink, and we're almost done. It was that way on the member show last week. It was like, God, I looked at the clock after I started, and it was like, took forever to get to 20 minutes. I was like, man, I'm feeling tired. Next thing I looked down, and I'd been at it for an hour and 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. It was just like, pow, and an hour and 20 minutes.
I was surprised because I popped back in. I went, wow, you're still going.
Yes, Maggie, you can call in. Go ahead.
Can I call in? Yes, you can always call in.
Of course. I'm watching for it right now.
Yes.
We'll watch for your call. We're going to sit here and wait patiently until you call.
Yes.
Now that
it may not be very patiently, but we'll wait.
We will be patient. It flies by. Absolutely, Wizard. It sure does. Man, it's hard to believe. Anything been going on in the chat I've missed, or is everything?
No, they're right on it.
They're right on it. Cool. I was gonna look at where is it? See how Twitch is doing. I'm sure that.
Well, Twitch just fine, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we are streaming on Twitch now.
Like Night at the Roxbury style.
Yeah. We are streaming live on Twitch. But it looks like nothing's been really going on there. Over there checking.
Oh, so it goes all the chat goes both ways?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. It should. I know it does on this mix that it'll show us both,
Right.
So when they're reds, they're this, and there's the call.
There it is.
Let's get to the call here and find out what's going on. All right, Maggie, is this you? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Calling Australia.
Hi, Dom. Sorry.
Australia, can you read us?
Oh, goodness.
Are we coming through? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
And you. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
I just thought I would share the recent goings on in my local national park.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the Cryptid corner.
Uh-huh.
So the basic backstory: January 2022, I had a rock thrown at me in the growl, and we left. And then in March 2023, I got a parabolic mic, and I've been going out with my microphone.
Nice.
Wow.
And it was interesting because we went up like a big they're mountains, but it's not like climbing the mountains, but they're quite steep and big rock tours on the top. And my husband and I went up there, and as we got out the car, as I started on the trail, I heard 2 wood knocks.
Wow.
But I didn't really think I heard them, but I don't know, I just didn't really take much notice.
Sure.
Then so that was sort of March time, and then in the winter time we went out with without my mic. I forgot to take it with me. We just went out there, and there was some really weird noises, like whooping, and and my husband and my son, who's 18, so he's older,
Sure.
They were like, oh, they're humans, they're obviously humans, but there was no like, oh, that's really funny, let's do it again, or anything like that. It was just sort of like big whoops and just bizarre. And I've got the recording, but I need to isolate it and try to, isolate the sound,
Right.
Which I haven't done yet.
Right.
And then I looked up with Dean Harrison, his
Yes.
Yowie
Yep.
report.
Yep.
I went through all of his Yowie reports. There's a report from the closest village to where I'm going. So there's been a sighting, a visual sighting.
Uh-huh.
So then on, I don't know what day it was last week. It was just before New Year's Eve, I think. I found myself child-free. So my husband and I went out again. And there'd been some like huge rainstorms over Christmas. Like, and there was even warnings for like life-threatening flash flooding.
Uh-huh.
So it was pretty significant. We were okay in the end. It didn't actually come over us, but it stayed over their national park.
Right.
So when we went out, sort of maybe 27th, 28th, we went up this fire trail. But it's been closed for 2 years because there was during the big bushfires we had, that whole place was burnt down. So the actual ridge has been closed for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And as we sort of started up the fire trail, I sort of came across this footprint, and I took a picture. And then as we went a little bit further, this big rock had been moved.
Oh, yeah.
So I took a picture of that as well.
Yep.
But I don't know whether the water moved it or not, but I just took a picture anyway, because I suppose a big torrent of water could move a massive boulder. But, it was just a bit odd. And then, I looked around and potentially there's structures or whatever, but I don't really know much about that. So I just took photographs.
Well, I'm showing.
And then we went up a little bit.
I'm showing the pictures on screen as we're talking.
Oh, sorry, I can't see.
No,
sorry, I turned the chat off. So
no, it's okay.
Let's have a look.
But I see where that rock was pulled out of, and I would say that if that was by a deluge of water, that would be much more washed out. I would expect, like the edges of that.
Yeah, that's
where the rock was sitting in there, are very crisp, and if it was caused by water pressure, I would expect that to be well eroded all the way around that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a little rock in the middle of it, if you're looking at that one.
Yep.
Like another rock that's sort of like an egg or something that's just sort of in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Yeah, so I just thought it was weird. And then there's another one that has also moved, but for some reason I wasn't really thinking. I wasn't thinking at all. So I just took photos.
No, that's great. Great.
And then, and then I didn't actually ask them permission to, but I sent the picture to somebody and they said, "Oh, go and cast it." So I kicked myself and I was like, why didn't I think of this? Like, why didn't I think of any of it? I wasn't really sure what I was looking at. So we went and bought some plaster and went back, but unfortunately, the people, it's a fairly used track. So people were probably walked on the footprint, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
And also the ground had dried out because the sun's so strong here. Like, the ground had dried out a bit. But I did manage to get, for myself, something that I've got now. So we did the cast. And now we know how to cast something as well. We've got all the tips. So if we're going to go back again, I actually know exactly how to do it now to avoid the issues that I had this time.
Yeah,
it does take some practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm now more convinced than ever that there are yowies there.
Sure.
And everything that came before for me was what I thought it was, if that makes sense. Like as this is playing out. Right. And I didn't expect to come across the footprint. Like, there was another footprint I think I sent you as well that further up, it looked like it was a left foot with toes that had bridged the mud down.
Yep.
So it's like something had walked up the fire trail.
Yep.
And the footprint itself was like 37 centimetres, which I think is about 14 inches, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty big. Yeah. Yep.
So it was large, like, wasn't a person.
What size is your shoe?
Like, that's a massive. I'm a UK 6, which I think might be an 8 in US women.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it looks, really profound, especially how wide these are, and that's kind of, for me, that's the big giveaway with a Sasquatch or Bigfoot or Yowie print, is the width.
And that's what I forgot to do.
Oh, to measure.
I forgot to measure the width.
That's okay. I mean, you got to understand this stuff. People practice it for years and years, and this is really your first time, going out and trying to collect evidence. So just, give yourself a break. It is a hell of a find, though. I mean, it's really, really very impressive.
It's amazing. I just spotted it, and then there wasn't. See, the thing is, if I didn't know anything about any of this, I wouldn't have noticed any of it.
Right.
Like, I just wouldn't. It wouldn't even have Like even the rock that's moved. It wasn't until I saw the footprint and I was like, hang on a minute, let's have a look around here. And then it all sort of jumped out to me. Because I've learned it all from you and everybody in the chat and people that are willing to share things and, you know, the articles that you read. And, yeah, I when I had that rock thrown at me in 2022, I didn't know anything, really. Nothing other than that was a rock. I don't know where it came from. And I should probably leave, you know?
Yeah. You know, I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at the image with the single rock where the big rock was. You know, where the egg-shaped rock is.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me just right now. It's like, oh my God, did it make a fulcrum? Did it make a fulcrum in order to balance that rock up and to be able to help dig it out? Huh. Like, did it lift up one side and put the rock under it and then tip it up so that it could pull it out of the way?
Yeah.
Huh. It had to have. It had to have.
Huh. I might go back, actually. Yeah, I might go back and have another look.
Which would be some profound troubleshooting skills, mechanical reasoning, because if it threw that, I mean, that didn't exist there when the rock was there, when the big rock was there, that was not there, obviously. So it's like it added that in order to give leverage to tip that thing up enough that they could pull it over to the side.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and have a look at that.
Yeah, get some more photos.
See.
Yeah, look for finger marks around the edge.
Yeah.
Like look for finger marks where it might have been digging out the edge of that rock.
Sorry, cut out. Did you say finger mark?
Finger marks, like where it might have been taking his hand and pulling away some of the dirt and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that. And the other thing is, I looked on the maps afterwards, so I plotted all my points, and the footprint is on the right to the north of the ridge, and where I had the rock thrown to me is on the south. On the left in the right, to the north, and then where I had the rock thrown at me is on the right to the south of the same ridge. So it's the same ridge where I've had all these things happening. I didn't realise it was the same ridge. I knew it was the same area, but it's actually the same mountain ridge where I've had the encounters. And just to the north of that would be Dean Harrison's report sighting.
Sure.
And just to the west of that would be where I heard the voices. So, which I can't say it is or it isn't until I isolate it. But it didn't sound like people to me, and I'm not being funny to my husband and my son, but they haven't listened to as much audio as I have, and I just knew it was muted, and I was like, well, I think we should go.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just really exciting. It's really, really exciting. I just wanted to share with you.
No, I'm glad you did. Thank you. And keep us posted when you go back up there. Take some more photos and see what else you can find. But I'm just convinced that
Thank you.
That must have been a fulcrum of some point, like it put it in as a tipping point. And that to me is really surprising, because that's some real solid mechanical reasoning then. So very cool.
Yeah, I'll go back and see what I can find. Yeah, thanks so much, Brent.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's great to hear from you, Maggie.
Yeah, thank you. All right then. Thank you. Bye, Don.
Bye. We'll talk later. That's
cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. Very, very cool. Because generally speaking, they aren't really credited with a whole lot of tools.
Right.
Like other than clacking rocks, maybe using rocks to break shells open.
Right.
That kind of thing. But this could be possible evidence of them using a construct of sorts.
Right.
Creating a rudimentary lever position in order to get that big rock out of there, and probably just to dig for grubs, or other insects that are right along, usually under big rocks.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure they were foraging,
Oh, yeah.
So very cool. Wow. Great stuff. I love it. You guys are amazing. Keep it coming, folks. Keep it coming. Boom. All right. Well, there you go.
Sweet.
Sweet is what we do. Yeah, that's exciting. That's actually really exciting. So it's just a happenstance that she thought looked odd, took a photo of it, and it may have really huge ramifications.
Yup. I wonder. I'm just wondering proximities, like where she is, because I've never. Maggie, where in Australia are you?
Yeah.
Compared to like the Gold Coast, because that's the only thing I know. So there you go.
Well, wherever you, one thing about Australia is it's there's a lot of land,
Right.
and the population centers are very focused in specific spots.
Right.
Like it's not a real distributed population,
Nope.
you know. So there's lots of reserves and untouched.
New South Wales. Okay.
New South Wales. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Wow. So you might have just stumbled onto something incredible, Maggie. Some of the potential example of them using mechanical reasoning.
Oh, okay. Okay. So she's south of Cade and Dean. Yeah, she's south. She's basically kind of the next state down, if you will.
Oh.
So they're in Queensland, which is just north of her.
Oh, gotcha.
So there we go. Okay.
I wonder if Bigfoot put down fresh flat rocks on the ground and leave them until bugs populate them. Yeah, it could be.
That's an interest. Yeah, enticing them in.
Sure.
And then she says, I'm a long way from them. Yeah, well, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I think there's the amount of territory
between
those states is
it's not like
it's like Texas.
It's not like the UK. It's not like Britain actually, where you can drive from one side to the other in a day or so. So whatever.
No, maybe not SoCal. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know what the scale of that big rock is. It could be 5,000 pounds. I don't know, or better. It could be much lighter or much heavier. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, in any case, it does look like an awkward shape. And if it was just wanting to tip it up and look, and then it decided, hey, there's a lot under here, just get the rock out of the way.
Yeah, maybe they put it on there so they could dig up underneath it and just said, screw it, pushed it in there and threw the rock over.
Right. I mean, they might have tipped it up and realized there's lots under there.
Right.
And they just pulled the rock out quick to get at them. Because I mean, they are, as you say, Don, opportunivores.
Yes.
But I mean, still, they're scratching out a living, so they got to grab those calories in a hurry.
They got to grub those calories in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, like a couple of Timon and Boombas out there.
Timon and Boombas. Oh boy,
it's our problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata.
Oh boy.
All right, so usually we had logs to get worms forbade. Yeah, logs. That's a good idea too. Look under logs. I'm sure they do that as well. Bears sure do.
Yep.
Bears will tear apart old punky logs and dig for bugs like all day long. So.
Well, because they got to eat a whole lot of them.
Yeah. It's a lot of animal to make go on bugs.
Right.
But it sounds like they're trying to do that to us too, Don.
You think so?
Well, they already had some foods roll out with bugs in them.
Well, that's true, huh?
Yeah. That's
God, that synthesized meat. There's also this thing that people there is a theory out there that vegetables are actually synthesized as well, specifically like cabbage and lettuce and things like that. Synthesized.
You mean when you buy a head of cabbage, it's been synthesized, or you mean like the crap you buy in a bag that's already cut up and stuff?
No. It's like it'd be like leaf. Like buying like leaves of romaine.
Oh, right.
You don't buy. Most people you just cut the end off it and wash it, but a lot of people are too lazy to do that. So they cut the core off it and then they separate the leaves and they sell them as so you can have your lettuce wraps.
Yep.
But there are people that say, and I've seen videos of it being hand, they have a way to make lettuce leaves that are crunchy and they taste like lettuce, but they're not lettuce.
Yeah.
They're like the pink slime of the vegetable world.
Well, it's funny because, and I did want to say this, ladies and gentlemen, because if you think about the value of the Paranormal Portal, it's not only great information, it's not only all this incredible topics, but you get Don's social commentary absolutely free of charge. Because they're too lazy.
Just because screw them.
Don's commentary comes free of charge. So, I don't know, Rachel. Rachel, is there something about rotted wood dust having salt in it that Bigfoot might consume for the minerals. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
I wonder, because they draw, trees and, they draw their nutrients from the dirt. So, never know.
Yeah, it's possible, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
Salty wood.
Oof. Don, you're going to kill it, aren't you?
Chucky said it, not me.
I know, but you're the one to run with it. You hear something like that. Chucky, don't do that to me. You're making my Don corralling harder tonight. It's just not easy. It's not easy to keep this guy in a lane. All right. I work.
I own the road.
Yeah.
You can have a piece of it.
It's not easy keeping this man aimed. So help me out here. Whose side are you on? All right. Yeah. Very cool. But there you go. Some great way to lead off the cryptid corner tonight.
Kickstand.
Jeez, Don. You got small wheels. Okay.
I'm not laughing at you. Okay, maybe I am laughing at you.
If that's your kickstand, man, you got tiny tires. All right, see, then I get sucked out of the lane too. Now, Chucky, you see what you did? Derailed the whole show. Chucky derailed the whole show in one comment. All right, let's get back. Let's get back.
What's your name, boy? Kickstand.
Jesus. All right. Let's get into some cryptids, folks, because we got a bunch more of those for you. We never got a shortage of cryptids. We're going to go over to the Wes's Sasquatch Chronicles blog here tonight. Got a couple anyway. I know that one of them had to do with, I think maybe not. No, it is 3. There's 3 articles over there we're going to be covering now. Sasquatch Chronicles blog, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to visit some of these. Special thanks to Mr. Wes Gerber, who not only is he the creator and host of Sasquatch Chronicles, he has also been co-hosting for the Chronicles. He's been taking the wheel for Tony for, I know, last week. I think he was going to do it this week too. Yeah.
You said the Chronicles
or Confessionals.
I was like, what the hell?
Sorry. Yeah.
So he's busy doing Tony's show too.
He has. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm excited. I didn't know that was happening.
So is that like Art Bell and George Norrie?
Maybe.
Hopefully a lot more friendly.
Yeah, I don't think Tony's trying to dethrone Wes.
I don't think Wes is trying to dethrone Tony either.
Yeah.
I think they've got their own lanes. They meet in the middle occasionally.
Yeah.
But they definitely have their own lanes, that's for sure.
No, but that'd be cool. I got to listen to Wes doing the Chronicles. So, ladies and gentlemen, check out the Confessionals. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I'm thinking and talking at the same time. And that's when that's multitasking doesn't work. I just have to get a thought anchored and then spit it out. Like the gunner on a ship, you load it up and then you pull the string. Yeah, I'm like pushing stuff up the barrel and pulling the string at the same time. It's a mess.
While looking in the end of the barrel.
Yeah. Tony and Wes are great friends. They have been for years and years.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're gonna have to dig into Sasquatch Chronicles and see what Wes has in order for us tonight here, and we'll start that out with this one from January 3rd, which is today. Don,
is it?
Yeah,
I would have never noticed.
It's a very short one. Oh, I guess this one's more of a question. He was asking, appreciate your podcast. I had a sighting of something in 2021 in northern Wisconsin. I submitted this story to the BFRO, hopes that them enhancing the video was never enhanced. From the BFRO, this keeps me up at night as I want to know what it is. We frequent the area on hikes and hunting. My other half has me carry on our walks while out there with our dog. Do you have any ability to enhance? Oh, here it is. I guess this is the... Okay. So I didn't know what this was. I thought it was an ad popping up. But here's the report from 2021 fall, October. This is from Wisconsin, Vilas County. Powell Marsh, Manitowoc Waters, Wisconsin. It says, here are the GPS coordinates. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to know that much. I just want to know what they saw. Observed. Wanted to pass this on to you as I was out duck hunting today, which was October 17th, 2021, in north central Wisconsin, Powell Marsh area to be exact. This is a very remote marsh surrounded by hundreds of thousands of acres of state and national forests. You can access this marsh zone via paths the DNR, Department of Natural Resources, has to maintain water levels, and people do watch migratory birds from a couple of observation areas along the road. Excuse me. I was more on a walk with the potential to jump shoot some puddle ducks. As you can see, not a cloud around, nor were there any ducks. Not even sure it is a sighting, but it seemed rather strange. Something told me to look behind me as I was going the opposite direction as the figure. After watching this object for a couple of 100 yards, I decided to grab my cell phone. It's a long way away, but it appears black, large, and fast. We have bear, very few moose, wolves, occasional elk around. Feel free to say it is a guy on a bike riding in a peat moss or a guy on a four-wheeler in a prohibited motorized vehicle area. It appears to be bipedal, walking deeper into the swamp. In the muck, it is hunting season, and I wouldn't expect a person to be dressed all in black in a public hunting area. Yeah, that's a lot of stupid if it is. Yep. I tried walking in it, and it turned back after about 5 feet. With naked eye, I could see much better. The figure seemed to float as it moved across the swamp. Again, a guy on a bike? ? After my hunt, I returned to the only two access areas to see if there were vehicles with bike tracks or people out for a peat bog run, and there was nobody around. I've been to the marsh countless of times and never seen something like this, although the distance is a bit far for video. Figure seems quite large. Clearly appears to be in muck. I have photos and video, but iPhone is a long way away, and I'm not an editing expert. I'm sure video can be manipulated and enhanced. Further comments, here's the pics. I was hunting duck, blah, 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 small road. Anyway, and this is, I think, what they're talking about is,
right, yeah, I think so.
Is this here. And it does look big. I don't know what the foliage is. I mean, I can't even be sure what the foliage is. Is this trees or is this brush or, scrub? I don't know.
Yeah, that's just too much. I mean, it's a blurry squatch picture.
Yeah, it's a blob squatch.
That's what I'm sorry. I just don't. There's just not enough definition to it.
No, you can't make a positive claim. Although we don't know what he saw with his eyes, but
that's true.
What he captured is not convincing. But I'm sure he saw what he saw. It's investigator Matt Moneymaker. Moneymaker himself followed up. Spoke with this witness at length by the phone. He's very credible. Cannot post his name because he's a senior investment advisor at the Madison, Wisconsin branch of one of the world's largest banks.
So he just told you where he worked?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like a handful of 3 people. He's one of 3 people.
Right.
He is 54-year-old, well, 2 people. Master's degree, 1 person. No, just kidding. Married with 2 kids in college. He works in Madison, but has a cabin within 5 miles of the sighting location. Has been hunting up there for more than 15 years, several times per year, not always at the same location, and not always for the same type of game. He could not determine the height of the figure nor give a confident estimate for the distance. He could see that it was upright like a man, as the photos and video clearly show. It definitely was not a deer, moose, or bear. It was definitely either a human or a Sasquatch. He correctly surmised that it would be nearly impossible for a for a normal size human to run quickly through the swampy muck where it was running.
That'd be fair.
It ran near a berm dike. I don't know what that is, but then headed off at the same speed through knee-deep swampy muck. Skeptics like to say that Americans should be obtaining photos and videos in areas because everyone has a smartphone. The BFRO has pointed out for years that people sometimes do get photos and videos with their smartphone, but the circumstances are rare, circumstances where a Sasquatch is. Out in the open, basically no cover nearby. Out in daylight, the situation does not require night vision scope. Visible long enough for the witness to think about getting photos with a smartphone, unlike during road crossing sightings. Far enough away so astonishment and fear doesn't prevent the witness from pulling out their smartphone. This incident in Wisconsin had all of these elements. In this rare circumstances where it happens, the figure is always small in the image and or video because it is far away.
Right.
When zoomed in, it becomes a blur figure, much better than nothing, but the best you can do with a smartphone.
Right.
Unbeknownst to this witness, there are many stories about Sasquatch sightings, and among the nearby Lac du Flambeau Indians, and there were also 5 other posted reports on the BFRO site for this county. There are 72 counties in Wisconsin. Only 4 of them have more posted reports than Vilas County: Bayfield, Marionette, Oneida, and Price. There is no snow on the ground when this incident happened in October. There is snow on the ground right now. Therefore, this would be a very opportune place to fly a drone around at the moment to look for this figure or its trackways. The trackways are distinctly linear with long stride unless the snow is very deep. Most Sasquatch trackways in snow will be very noticeable from a distance from an angle of a drone. If this figure is a Sasquatch, then its trackways will be most likely near the big stands of dense tree cover or brush in the area, especially a big cedar, bog, or thicket. That's the only option for escaping the cold winter winds of winter in this region. The deer will take shelter in the same types of thickets as well. This group has agreed to answer questions about this incident on the BFRO 1995 group on Facebook after this report is posted here. Anyway, that's the rundown of this event. Again, it is unfortunate. This is oftentimes what you get with really zoomed in smartphone pictures.
Yeah, it just pixelates.
Yeah, I mean, smartphones are great cameras, but they're really built to do about selfies and maybe some scenic shots.
Right. Yeah.
They're not really built like you don't have a photographer's bag of lenses to pick from. Like, I need the telephoto sport lens.
Yeah, no doubt. You got a 3-foot lens on there, and you're like, got it on a giant tripod.
Yeah.
It's like, here, let me pull out my camera.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you got.
How long is it going to take that to set up? Oh, I can set up my Barrett 50 faster than I can set up this stupid camera.
Yeah, it's like a Inspector Gadget of smartphones.
Right? Go gadget lens.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I mean, I'm sure the guy saw what he saw.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's an incidental report. It wasn't really having anything to do with them, but it is interesting how he got that voice in his head, like, look back the other way.
Right.
You know, it's like there's another intelligence there. Like, hey, you're missing it. Check it out.
Right. Yeah. Maybe a spirit of the land.
Right. Yeah, it could be. All right, so we're going to go to another one from Sasquatch Chronicles, January 3rd. I do not know what I saw. Listener writes, Dear Wes, I'm writing to you as I'm hoping that you or your listeners can help me make sense of a UFO that I saw while in the Mediterranean cruise. Is there an image here? No. Okay. I don't know if I should read it or not, but I guess we will. That I saw while on a Mediterranean cruise. And I say UFO, but it might turn out to be something explainable, but until it does, it's unidentified. Yeah, absolutely. This took place 5th of August, 2022, as the ship was approaching Naples. And I know this because it is documented on my Facebook page. I was on the Celebrity Silhouette cruise, cruising the Med.
Nice.
I guess Mediterranean. I don't know.
Yep.
I was awake very early, about 5 a.m., was sitting on the balcony so as not to disturb my sleeping husband. In the distance, I saw what I first thought was an airplane, taking off vertically with the sun reflecting off of it. I thought that's strange and carried on watching. It was gradually gliding towards the ship on a horizontal trajectory, so it stayed off in front of me, but as it approached, it was veering towards the back of the ship. It's hard to describe what I saw, but I'll do my best. It was white, long, thin, slightly curved over at the top and bottom like a car bumper, hung in the air, and it had 2 lights on the top, 2 lights in the middle, and 2 lights on the bottom. The lights were like car headlights, and there wasn't much depth to it. And I initially thought I was about 12 feet long, but on reflection, it was much bigger, as size can be deceiving when you're looking from a big ship. As it approached, I went to get my phone or binoculars, can't remember which. When I returned to the balcony, I was just in time to see it sink into the sea alongside the ship. Then it was gone. I was stunned and totally unsure of what I'd seen. For confirmation, I put a post on the Celebrity Silhouette 30th 2022 Facebook group that I posted. Did anyone see that weird drone-like thing this morning off the port side? One person replied with a picture of a green alien, and another replies as follows. Him, yes, I did. It looked very strange. To which I replied, I'm so glad you did too. If I was the only one that I would start to doubt what I saw. Him, it's a bit of an X-Files. This goes to show that my thinking of what this was in keeping with the other witness. When I got home, I Googled drones and I tried to then identify what I'd seen, but couldn't find anything like it. My daughter did find in Instagram a similar UFO over the sea, but I can't find it now. In February 2023, Canada shot down a UFO that had violated their airspace, and it was described as unmanned with no discernible means of propulsion. Oh my God, it made me realize that what I'd seen was an unmanned with no visible means of propulsion. How was it moving? I couldn't have been a drone. If it was a drone, who was operating it out in the ocean? As you can see, I only have questions, no answers. It torments me daily. Please, can you ask your listeners and associates if they have a logical explanation for what I saw? Probably not.
Aliens.
Don't want to say it's aliens, but aliens. Absolutely aliens for sure. All right, and we're going to go to the last one from Sasquatch Chronicles tonight. And this is from January 1st. It's kind of a short one.
Oh.
Unknown wolf encounter.
Oh.
A listener writes, hey, Wes, good morning. First off, I just want to say I love your show. I listen to it all the time. I've always had an interest in the whole Bigfoot Dogman possibility, and if you'd like to talk about this encounter I had a few years back, I'd be more than happy to talk with you about it. Where I was at the time was my folks' house late one night working on my truck, and I was literally laying on the mortar bay pulling my turbo off. I didn't hear anything at all around me, and my dad was still awake in the living room, which was the closest to where I was working. And he just wanted to check in on me since how late it was, so he yelled out the back door. When he did, I heard something right behind me, so I hurried up, grabbed my satellite dish style light, and spun around and shined it with the light, but it wasn't extremely bright, so I could only see about 10 to 15 feet in front of me and right where I spun around and shined the light. I wasn't expecting to really see anything. I was wrong. It looked like a wolf, but it was way too big because I only seen the back portion of it. But if you'd like to talk, just let me know, man. Well, that's a teaser.
Yep.
That's a teaser right there.
How long ago did he say this was?
I don't know.
He doesn't say, and he doesn't say where it was.
Pupil.
It was a pupil. He's a pupil of life. I doesn't. No information really.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean.
Hey Wes, get a hold of him. Give him our phone number, would you? We know you don't cover that kind of thing.
It sounds like he was being stalked, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
That's creepy as hell. Was it bipedal? Was it quadrupedal? What did he see? He said it was a really huge wolf. Was it down on all fours, or was it up on two legs, or what was it doing? I don't know. Good thing his dad yelled when he did, though.
Yeah, no doubt, because, could have been,
Could have been curtains. Could have just been curtains right there.
Curtains, I say.
It could have been curtains. Well.
Had a big bushy tail, maybe. Direwolf, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Dogman.
Yes. Dogman or a quadrupedal dogman. Yeah. I started saying hello now when I hear stuff walking around.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
What?
Saying hello to something, whether you see it or not.
Oh, I say it all the time too.
I'd be like,
I'd be like, what do you want?
What do you want? Gosh.
I don't remember inviting you over.
Kangaroos or wallabies. Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah. That is wild. Yeah, but you know what, Don? We're almost out of time.
Really?
It is literally 9 minutes until.
Wow.
Yep. And we launched actually pretty much on time today, which is not too bad.
Which is pretty average.
Well, no, actually we're usually about 5 minutes late.
Well, we have to put on our makeup and, come out and put our beers down, come out of the green room, that
Yeah, we got to get out of the green room with all the food.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not easy to leave there.
No, it's not easy. No.
Talk to the missus, get a green room. That's it. Time for a green room.
Yep.
I tell you what, though, it's been a good journey. I'm glad you made it tonight.
Yellow M&Ms.
Well,
only.
It's a bring your own M&M show.
Oh, okay. Be that way. Yeah, it's big. It was great being here. You know, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it because I just slept like crap last night, and then I had to work today, and it was just boring.
Aren't you glad you did make it, though?
I did. I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
And it's the first show of 2024, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I kind of had to be here, huh?
Yep. It was the very first inaugural show of the Paranormal Portal in 2024. I hope you guys' New Year went great again.
Happy New Year!
We got a whole full year ahead of us. I have no idea where this is going to go this year. I of course, have dreams and visions for it all, but, you know, I guess we'll find out. Well, one thing that's for sure is we're going to get back out there and investigate as much as we can, as quickly as we can. Mm-hmm. We kind of got to get through the winter, though.
Yeah, we got to get out of this crappy stuff.
Yeah, and we've had a really brilliant winter. It's literally no snow outside.
I was talking to Paisley the other day, and I said, I'm kind of worried about a drought this year. But we're supposed to get snow for the next few days.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
You shouldn't verbalize that stuff at all.
Well, you know what? We need it. Do you like
we
water?
Got rain, though.
Not way enough.
No, we can get more in spring.
Yeah.
We'll take more then.
Yeah, it needs to rain the entire rest of the winter.
That's fine with me. I'm good with that. You know. I'd be fine living in like Seattle or something. Oh, I mean, it's not snow. As long as it's not snow, I'm good. The warmer the better. The warmer the better. Don't get me wrong, but starting with no snow is a good start. I'm really happy about this winter. Totally, completely.
Well, we'll just see what the next few days have in store for us.
Yeah. But I guess that's going to wrap it up for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, thank you for spending time with us, hanging out with us, and bringing in the new year with us in a sense.
Yep.
A little belated, but we're here. And
yes, Maggie, I agree.
What did Maggie say?
She said snow.
Snow. N-O. Yeah. That's exactly it. So, anything in closing, Don?
No, just remember that if you really want to participate and be really nice to us, share, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, absolutely. And go check out the, you hear it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing it again. Check out the Teespring in the link below.
It's a cell phone. Cell phone's kind of in close proximity here.
Yeah, well, whatever.
It does kind of sound like the pinging.
Huh. But there you go.
All right. Well, all I can tell you guys is just always remember that we love you all.
Be good, be kind.
Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every single day. And just laugh as much as you can. We'll all get through it together. So, I guess we'll be back on... member show tomorrow. So if you're a member, tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. And then Sheldon and I will be here Friday.
Nice.
And then remember on Saturday, Jimmy will be joining me. And we'll see what his chops are like.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a lot of fun. And it'll be great to have him be a part of it. He's been helping me with the videos, which is outstanding. So, all right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. And we'll see you on one of the upcoming shows. Please continue to spread the word about the shows. And if you're not listening to the podcast, please listen to them. Like a virus.
We'd like to have a
We're spreading like a rash.
Well,
yep. And
that's not quite the same thing.
No, but,
One's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well,
where's my Desitin?
We're a gentle rash. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us. So take care of yourselves and enjoy the last couple days of the week. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you back here. If not tomorrow, then on Friday.
Yep.
All right, guys. Take care.
Good night.
I'm rolling the credits.
Roll them credits.